gets underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Back to pass, it's Drones. It's complete to the right. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. And the Hokies are in the hurry-up. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. From the gun, wants to pass. He wants to go deep. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Hokies will line up to punt it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. First one of the day is booted away. They ran him out there 4 times in the victory last week. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Looking to throw on first down. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
Finds a tight end. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Wolfpack will have 1st and 10.
When offenses get first downs like this and they've moved this...
There he goes! He's at the 10. Touchdown, Wolfpack! And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching him.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And they tacked on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. The give to the right. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Man, this defense is setting the tone early. 3 and out on the first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, they get a TFL. They are sending a very clear and distinct message to this offense. They are going to set the tone of this game.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to pass. It's Drones. He wants to take the top off. But that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
Feels as if the whole city of Raleigh is trying to help out the Pack on 3rd down. They'll run play action. He'll take another shot here. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. A dangerous cover man and a dangerous return man after the pick as he gets it all the way to the 44-yard line. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
The Wolfpack put themselves in a hole here on 2nd down. From the gun, the running back has it. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. With the catch, it's Grimes. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a first at the 29.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast, they want to crank up the tempo.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. So now it's 2nd and long. To the air, it's Bailey. A shot toward the end zone. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, NC State! So much about the passing game is about timing, execution, communication, and these two, that's a virtual textbook there.
And no doubt about it. And the receiver making plays for his quarterback, being dependable, running the route to the right depth consistently. Does a great job running his route. Great result because of it.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Hokie offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
On 3rd and short. The power run here. He didn't get it. Not only that, he lost yardage.
Just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
They punted away on 4th down. He's got it. First play of the drive comes from the 38. The give to the back. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
And you could tell that play went nowhere from the start.
It was definitely a great play by that defender.
Oh, yeah, he got in the backfield so quick, the running back had absolutely no chance.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking downfield, it's Bailey. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping 3rd downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
As they come to the line on 3rd and short from the 43, I wonder if they already know they'll go for it if they don't make it here. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking left. He's got an open man. Speeding down the left side. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Wolfpack! How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. They go to the draw. And this one will be stopped for no gain. And the Hokies want to crank the tempo.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
A costly penalty for this defense gives them a 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Dropping back, it's Drones. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. That's caught. It's Smothers. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, North Carolina State!
Man, what a
picture-perfect start to this football game. Like, offense doing their job, defense getting the ball back, and this offense, I tell you what, it is an impressive unit to watch. They were good on tape all week studying them. They're better in person, and they are out the gate strong in this first quarter.
And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. We've reached the end of the quarter, and NC State has the edge. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. The kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. Fielded in the end zone, it's Heath. Stopped at the 26, brought it out of the end zone, picked up an extra yard. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
Looking to throw, it's Drones. Throws to the wideout. Finds his man, it's Heath. They'll get it to the 48, no need to measure, it's a first down. The Hokies headed quickly to the line. Looking for a crease, it's Bennett. Got the first down and more. Breaks into the open. 10. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Virginia Tech.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
The extra point is good, but they're still down 28-7. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with a scintillating 52-yard jaunt to the house. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those five guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those five offensive linemen.
NC State comes to the line to deal with third and short. Back to pass, it's Bailey. Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Rogers. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. NC State with a lot of ground to cover after losing yardage on the last play. Wants to fire on second down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
Yeah, and you're going to see this offense find different ways to get this running back involved. It's not just going to be on handoffs, and they're certainly going to line him up in different places and even throw him the football. But the screen game's a big part of it, too. They're trying to get him going there.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Now he's going to send this one deep to the right. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And for quarterbacks throwing the ball down this close to the goal line, because there's so many bodies in such a small space, oftentimes routes take a little bit longer to develop, and it forces quarterbacks to have to hold on to it a little bit longer. That's the risk and danger with throwing the ball.
Looking for the end zone. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Wolfpack. Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Looking for a man. It's Drones. Caught over the middle. It's Keith. And they pick up just a few on that completion. And the Hokies want to move quickly. Power football with the run. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. Oh, he's got some space. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So they'll decline the penalty. Pleased with the results of that last play. As a defense, you hate to let them move the chains on a penalty, but that's what they did. It's 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. That's caught. It's Green.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The Hokies with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. They'll go up top on 2nd and short. Grabbed behind the line. It's Hawkins. He stopped almost immediately. He didn't get much, but he didn't need much. They've got the 1st down. And the Hokies come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. He's going to sling it into the heart of the field. Pulls it in inside the 10. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside the 5. Wants to keep it in the air. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Finds his big tight end. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Hokies! Quick strike through the air for the score.
You got to wonder if that's going to be the play that changes the momentum in this game for the offense. It had been tough. They were up against it here early in the game, but the quarterback now starting to find a little bit of a rhythm. Really nice touch and throw on that touchdown. And here we go. This might be the play that gives them their confidence.
So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Little over anxious out of the stands early, and it's a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty.
On the double.
Off the play fake on 1st down. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. They try to pop a run on the draw. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately. The defense calls the timeout. They're second of the day as they try to get their act together. NC State has to come up with a big play here on 3rd down.
Get set, get set.
Dropping back, it's Bailey. Dances away to buy time. He'll let it go to the left. Can't make the grab, and this offense, which has been brilliant this season on 3rd down, doesn't convert this time. The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He gets it away from his own end zone. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Heath. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. That offensive line grabbing and holding on, and they'll back up and try it again. Let's go. From the gun, looking for a man. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
That's a ball that this offense should be able to complete. They had the coverage they wanted. Receiver ran on the route. Just an inaccurate throw by the quarterback.
They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Overton. It's incomplete, and they've been waiting to run that one and couldn't quite pull it off. It's 3rd down.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't get any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how their defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw, and then they're vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
offense breaks the huddle. It's third down. Trying play action. Looking to scramble. And that one's going to be incomplete. He was throwing for the touchdown, but just couldn't get the foot down in bounds.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
And he's got it counted all the way to 55. Never in doubt. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in a terrific top 15 matchup. Missouri has the lead right now. Columbia has just been jumping all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by 4 over Iowa. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Scanning the field, it's Bailey. Fires to the big fella. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down. NC State going up tempo. They're looking to throw on 2nd and short. Trying to make magic with his feet. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Quarterback may change this route. To the air on first down. Starts to scramble to the left. Got him downfield. He'll work his way down to the 28. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Smothers. The offense burns his 3rd and final timeout of the half. Just a few seconds to go here in the first half, and they'll send out the field goal team. He'll try to put one down the boulevard from 42 yards out. Absolute shank. Missed it. And after the miss, fellas, still sitting on an 18-point lead. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They go to work in the 3rd quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and
he's got it on the right. There he goes. He's at the... Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. That is brutal. An explosive play like that to be wiped out by a mistake. Out of the gun to give to the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. The offense changing the play. Wants to throw. It's Bailey. Got a man. It's Rogers. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
NC State has work to do to convert this 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires left. Wide open downfield. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big-time pickup on that one.
To be honest, I think the quarterback was a little bit surprised himself at the play call that came in that time. You've got a 3-possession lead here in the third quarter of this game. You're probably expecting some short throws, some runs. And this play caller is still asking for shot plays. And listen, you're the quarterback. You're happy to oblige when you've got the playmakers you have offensively. Just keep chucking it.
And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. NC State might think about going for a big one on 2nd and short. Toss sweep. Try to get it outside to the right. Inside the 35. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
NC State on the move, set up with another first down. Here's the handoff. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Nice job by the defense just being very sound, understanding what they were seeing, and going and getting it. A lot of times these running backs force missed tackles and make you miss and make big plays. This defense did a good job of not letting that happen.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Makes the catch. It's Rodgers. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender. They're closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him, get him to the ground for a minimal gain.
It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Bailey. Going for it all. Touchdown, NC State! And the beatdown has ensued. Like a Thanksgiving turkey, they're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. You got to figure something out. You got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
He'll bring it out. It's Holloway. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. They'll send the back in motion. On the direct snap, it's Overton. It falls incomplete. How about the trickeration on 1st down that just goes awry?
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the defense.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Give to the single back. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You've got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 25. Looking downfield, it's Drones. Fires to the tight end. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And the incomplete pass lets this defense get the ball back for its own great field position. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Looking to throw on first down. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
I know the offense came into this game expecting to have some success throwing the football, and right after getting a takeaway right outside of the red zone, they try to do just that. The one-on-one matchups are going to be...
Turning it on! Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
And there's really no secret to it, David. When this guy's running well, this offense is so hard to stop.
It opens up everything, and he's having a great day, showing you a little bit of everything, and this offense has got it rolling on the ground.
Got his man. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Going to swing it on second down. It's complete. Touchdown, Wolfpack! The offense puts up 6 for that trip to the end zone. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires to the middle. Oh, he drops the football. He had it right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down.
Yeah, and he looked like he had the opportunity to secure that obviously open over the middle of the field, but you know how that works. Middle of the field, more defenders. Am I going to get whacked when I hit this thing? It makes those guys think a little bit, and you see more drops over the middle of the field.
They needed a big play, and they got it, and the foot down for the first down.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
They'll give it to the back. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. To the air, it's Drones. Shoots it to the left. Zips it out to his man. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. They get the score and maybe a little extra time with the trainers in recovery after the game as a result of that hit.
He's going to be taking an ice bath after this game. This is a physical defense, and this quarterback knew coming into this game he was going to have to make plays like that. He knew he was going to get hit. He knew he was going to get punished, but you're just seeing so much maturity. So impressive watching this quarterback play from the pocket.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Wants to throw on first down. Looking to the big tight end. Connection to the right. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
A lot of smiles right now in this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
And he was able to push forward for a solid gain as the clock strikes 0 here in the third. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one.
Virginia Tech, 24.
They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Back to throw, it's Bailey. Catch in the middle, it's Rodgers. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
NC State with the 1st and 10 here. Looking downfield on first down. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. In their vision of that play, someone would run free after making an easy catch. There was nowhere to run and nowhere to go except down.
Probably looked really good when they drew that one up on the board this week in practice, but obviously a lot more difficult to go out and execute. Give the defense credit. Great stop.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. The Wolfpack now operating in the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Fires to the right and wings it incomplete.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Touchdown, North Carolina State! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the Oak.
And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. Back to throw, it's Drones. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
Well, trailing this much in the fourth quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
After the incompletion, it's second and 10 from their own 25. The give to the tailback. Crosses the 30 to the 31 on a 6-yard pickup. The Hokies moving quickly to the line. Takes it from the gun on third down. That's caught. It's Bennett. Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. And the Hokies can really attack on this 2nd and short. He'll try to do it himself. They make the stop, but he knew exactly how much he needed and where he needed to get for that 1st down.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game.
He lobs one high down the left side. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field, to make these explosive plays, and now huge deficit. Got to make them. Got to find a way to push the ball down the field to create some explosive plays if you want a chance to get back in this football game.
Oh, he loves to fire downfield. They took a shot at the end zone, and he almost picked it off. It'll be 3rd down.
It's got to be frustrating to be this quarterback in this game, too. He just has never had confidence being able to step up in the pocket and deliver throws. When he gets flushed, they're still taking away all the throws down the field. It's just been one of those days.
Snagged in the middle. It's Bennett. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the 1st down.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them, because they gave up the completion, they gave up a 1st down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Got it in the middle. It's Green. They stop him just a link or two short of the 1st, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. The Hokies come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Pulls it and fires to the left. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
To throw, it's Drones. Throws to the wideout. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. Got some room to run. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Finds his man. It's Grimes. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. The offense sets up shop at the 46 on 1st down. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
They'll keep it on the ground. There he goes. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the 1st down.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing, of course. This team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game, running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
These RPO runs, they're like body blows. I like them because it just sort of chips away at a defense. You'll take these kind of gains all game long. You keep running the football this way, you're going to keep moving the sticks. You're going to keep driving this defense back, so keep at it with the RPO game.
He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. When you know you have a a team outclassed. The ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy, great execution, just beat down in every facet.
And I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.